Yo, what is up, everyone? It is your boy Shazman21, and welcome to another video by your boy Shazman21. So for this video, I got some topics I want to discuss about, and that is what's been going on with WWE. Not necessarily with the storylines where I might probably get into on another time, just with what's been going on with the bloodline, and it looks like they're also going to be feuding with Judgment Day, and just my thoughts on how that would go down, how the structure goes, and whether or not this was the sign of beginning that the bloodline might split, or it could also mean Judgment Day might split. Like it just depends on how they're able to do this. But um, we'll discuss on that another time. But for this one, I actually really want to discuss about, which is Vince McMahon and just him selling WWE to the highest bidders, despite also going through a pretty big allegation on stuff that we're gonna get into in a moment. But what I just got here on just a few researches that I have that I will put in the description below for you guys to check out. But just from doing some bit of research on what's been going on, and just at least staying up to date. From what I gathered is, since Vince McMahon is pretty much has returned this year due to just I guess the desire to just want to sell the company to the highest bidders, because he is, again, once and for all, still a businessman. And for this one, he's selling WWE to places like Saudi Arabia. And without getting too much into details on specifically that and how that's usually done, it is pretty weird that Vince McMahon is essentially selling the company to a completely different uh, country, which in of itself, or place or whatever, which in of itself already has its own bullfuckery going on that I'm not gonna get into too much. But I definitely want to say that it is pretty weird. But anyways, so that's already been established, and since he has returned, Stephanie McMahon, who is Vince McMahon's well, real daughter, whatever. But she stepped out as a chairwoman, receiving the news that her dad has essentially come back, and probably rightfully so, does not want nothing to do with all that particular situation going on with Vince McMahon, and I don't blame her because imagine if let's say you have a father or whatnot, and he's a well-known businessman or whatnot, and there's been such allegations towards him that's just you still kind of find it a bit hard to believe, but at times if it's just if it's more evidence of the matter of this person doing that, you just yeah, I do not want nothing to do with that. So I feel for her on that. And on top of that, just I don't know, just Vince McMahon in general, just from what I've heard, it was he's an ass. Not only in just the scripts, because WWE is essentially just um wrestling soap opera, but also in real life, just he is just the biggest scum of the earth, pretty much, which is very very true. And actually, speaking of which, we're gonna definitely get into just the allegations. So apparently, well, actually, just yeah, there was four women that have come out that have pretty much stated that Vince McMahon has pretty much done some really bad things to them, and in order to cover up, whatever Vinny Mac was doing, in the Discovery Channel, um, they decided to, pretty much sue Vince McMahon out of his worth because, he was doing some weird shit. Apparently, while he was doing that, him and John Laurinaitis was doing a whole tag team on his women too, which is insane to think about. Ugh, I don't know. I guess with the hush money too, on top of that, which apparently was I guess $12.5 million. from what I've seen from this research. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can like pull that up just real quick. Actually, let me pause. All right, I just found something. This one's I think on CNN or CNN. So I'll actually link that also in description below as well. But this is just like referring to the like sexual allegations that was going on with Vince McMahon and a few other women that he had like allegedly had uh sexual encounters, non-consensual sexual encounters with, and it states right here. Vince McMahon has previously paid more than $12 million to for women to cover up allegations of sexual misconduct and infidelity, according to a July 2022 Wall Street Journal report, which is also linked as well. So, yep, just want to show you guys that real quick of as to why that's going on, and yeah, those are like essentially hush monies too, where he doesn't want these well girls to talk about what he's been doing to them, because again, he's a businessman who also has a wife and does the absolute most. And this is what happens when man with power, especially in Vince McMahon's case, you know does the most. So it's like it's really not surprising that he did all that, and then it's not even kind of a fact that of other women that he's probably like done like really dirty in the past, like going on almost half a century at this point, since WWE has been like a thing, and previously just from like just digging a little bit more deep into the history of WWE, it was originally WWWF, where it was just Worldwide Wrestling Federation, I believe that was called, and it was like held by his father at the time, who was just again sharing the same name, Vince McMahon, but he is a senior. So it was Vince McMahon Senior who owned essentially the precursor to WWE, or WWF at the time, which was just showing to just World Wrestling Federation, but had to be changed to Entertainment because of again allegations with the I think it was the Animal Federation. I forgot what it's called. That shares the same WWF. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, that's kind of like essentially it. But otherwise, yeah. Again, it's really not surprising that the man himself has done some like not so great things towards women and stuff like that, and Stephanie McMahon having to step out and resign from chairman is still sad, because like I ain't gonna lie, man, like her and Triple H, or Paul Levesque, as I would, that's also his real name, who's like the only two people that were like in control of the new WWE regime and stuff. Like that's like what actually kept me watching WWE, was because of both Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, having hands on a lot of things, and also with just like the backings of the Khan family, or one of the Khan family, which is Nick Khan, which I believe he's the older brother of Tony Khan, who also owns AEW. So yeah, the Khan family is like got his hands on a lot of things, especially with the wrestling world. So it's kind of interesting. Well, pro wrestling world, I should say. But otherwise, yeah, um, sexual allegations is not really good, especially for anybody, especially if you are a powerful man, because you want to like do anything in your power to like, not like let this blow over, because that would be your ass essentially. And the thing is, it is, and I do not condone what he pretty much did. Like that is fucking stupid. Like if you are how should I say this? If you are unsatisfied with what your wife is doing in bed, or what the fuck ever, please have a effective communication with your partner about what's been going on, even as you guys are getting older. It doesn't make sense to then all of a sudden just like go around like cheating behind their back. And again, that also applies to if it was vice versa, whatever. Again, if you guys or for any other reason, just if there is like something going on within the relationship, you should be able to talk to your partners about what is going on in the relationship, right? Like, I'm not crazy to say, hey, you guys should probably have a, you know, conversation about whether or not this relationship is working instead of like doing the whole old cliche of like finding another person attractive and then, how the story goes where it's just like you get a few drinks here and there and you, you know how the rest of it goes. I don't even need to explain. You could just like get the picture in your head, like that can lead to a lot of weird situations. But yeah, sexual allegations, especially that where it's just like not you're non consenting to essentially have sex with someone that didn't consent at all to doing this, and you give them like hush money for whatever reason. Anyways, it's just not good. But it was really sad when I knew the news that like Stephanie McMahon resigned from WWE as a chairwoman. I was like, why? And then like it was revealed because Vince McMahon is coming back, and I was like, for fuck's sakes. And I don't know, man. It's like I still want to watch WWE. I am still a big fan of WWE ever since I was a child. Ever since, of course, the Ruthless Aggression era, which is the period of time between I believe 2002 to 2008 or 2010, depending on how you want to like see how the PG era and whatever or the HG era essentially like started. I think it started in like maybe 2009. Anyways, I'll discuss about all that another time. But as someone that's like been a big fan of WWE from when I was growing up, because I was born in 2000, so from what I can remember is again the Ruthless Aggression era. So and also the PG era for a little bit until it kind of stopped in 2012 because the product at the time just wasn't good at all. So just on top of that, it's just yeah, it really sucks because like I just got back to watching like WWE like on a or just like started like getting back interest and wanting to see what's going on with WWE since last year when SummerSlam rolled around and you know they had like just the biggest like moment with like a lot of like people that were like previously fired or just like were let go or not coming right back into WWE and just having better programs now than they ever did before when they were released and stuff. And it really sucks that Vince McMahon is coming back to essentially, get rid of everything. And I don't know. It's just I feel for that for Triple H and Stephanie McMahon just having to deal with that unnecessary amount of bullshit, especially with Vince McMahon being Vince McMahon or Vinnie Mac himself. I don't know. It's just it is hard to be a wrestling fan or pro wrestling fan, especially if you're a WWE fan. Because on one hand, you want the product to be better. You want, more storylines. You want, your favorite wrestlers to like get a shine. But sometimes, if let's say like if it was like Miss Manic Control, it will just never happen. And sometimes he'll just pull an old cliche by bringing in like old um, wrestlers from even WCW or WWE, such as things like The Undertaker, which again, very fantastic wrestler. Like I have nothing but love and respect for the man himself for like, essentially, dedicating his whole entire life to WWE. So like I got nothing but love and respect for him. It's just like again, if there's no reason to bring The Undertaker other than for money's sakes, it's really fucking strange. Cause like yes, he does sell, but it's also like just like we like the Undertaker for his character, especially with him and Kane and many other iterations. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, but otherwise it's unfortunate that WWE is getting sold to the highest bidders. And speaking of which, I'm just gonna briefly get into this um thing about like Saudi Arabia and stuff. A lot of people are definitely not a big fan of the fact that, again, Vinnie Mac is selling, WWE to something else entirely differently. And, of course, at the moment, there's like little to no solid evidence at this current moment of whether or not it's going to happen. But it wouldn't be surprising that Vince McMahon would do that, especially with like its pay per views over there at Saudi Arabia with like Crown Jewel. I do like Crown Jewel to an extent, especially if they have like some like interesting stuff going on. But it is it's a bit of a tricky topic to talk about at times. So it's like it's really really tough to like really delve into a lot because of just again Saudi Arabia's policies and just public investment funds. It's hard to say, but again, it is not surprising that Vince McMahon is selling WWE to a different country. Like heck, I think this was like definitely like said. I think YouTube wrestling personnel just Alex um like shared like a tweet where it's just like it's states, and I think it's already stated on Twitter if you want to like check it out, where he says so Vince McMahon, a man who retired from WWE due to ongoing allegations of sexual misconduct, bullied his way onto the board of directors after saying he was done just to sell his $1 billion company to Saudi Arabia. This is effing nuts, and I totally agree. So he basically, again, retired because of some allegations going on, only to then come back to said $1 billion company to also end up selling that shit to a not company a country that already has a lot of problem that again I don't want to get into too much, but again it's just like it's just really weird, and a lot of people rightfully so are actually pissed off because what the fuck, Vince McMahon. But again, this guy is a businessman. The only thing he gives a shit about is money. So for him, it's like selling WWE to Saudi Arabia and making it like a private company is the best investment in his mind, which is just insane to think about. But again, this guy is a multi-million man who should have been a billionaire, all this other shit, but it really doesn't matter. It's like this guy is weird. And speaking of which, it is now also gonna get privately owned. So from what I've gathered thus far, is just like ever since like 1998. So like, dang, 2 years before I was born. But yeah, definitely since like I think it was like May 26, 1998, or something like that, where it's just WWE was essentially like for the public, where everyone can like just check it out or not. Whereas I'm guessing now it's like going back to its roots, kind of, but instead of like going back to like just having like the McMahons have it, it's again another country with its own problems already. Yeah, but getting privately owned, yeah, it's a tricky situation, and again, all I gotta say is just like hopefully things can get a little better. Like, hopefully, he doesn't have complete control over like everything that's like going on with the storylines and stuff, and just like completely changing everything up to where it's just like it's just not enjoyable to watch WWE again, because that's the reason why even old fans, even like me, was coming back is because they actually finally made the product good enough where it's like I can actually enjoy both WWE and AEW. And of course, with AEW, that already has its own shares of problematic situations going on, especially with Tony Khan himself at times. And I would probably discuss that another time. Just for now, it's just like I want to talk about just like what's been recently going on in the pro wrestling world, which is mostly Vince McMahon coming back from the sexual allegations that he is still, going through. Again, he is not completely avoided that. It's still being talked about. It's just that right now he's choosing to ignore it and deciding to bring his crusty, dusty ass to WWE to sell it to a different company, or why not keep saying company, to a different country with its own bullshit problems. You know what I'm saying? But real quick, I gotta go real quick. All right, back guys. Just wanted to see what's going on with my family situation, but yeah, just all I gotta say is this whole situation going on with Vince McMahon coming back and just selling WWE to another country that is just again a problematic place within of itself, being privately owned as well, is like it's a recipe for disaster. And it really sucks because like I just got started, watching WWE again, and I was finally interested in seeing how it goes. But now that like Vince McMahon is back, it's a different story. I don't know. I'll still catch up with what's going on with WWE because like I I just am like it is what it is. But it's like I'm definitely gonna be a little bit cautious as to how things are gonna like be played out if let's say they were to ever do that. But all I'm gonna say is just it sucks. It really, really sucks. But I can't really say much about, what Businessman is doing because at the end of the day, he's a businessman and we're just, fans that, enjoy the product. But of course it is like important to like really talk about this because, some businessmen would definitely take it so far, whereas like even the product itself isn't what it used to be. Kind of like what happened with UFC with Dana White and stuff. Even like what's going on now, where it's just like um, Francis Ngannou has been stripped away from the UFC heavyweight championship, and then John Bones Jones is coming back, and he's gonna be facing Cyril Gane, and just some news broke out with him like slapping his wife very very hard in the face and all types of other stuff. So yeah, it's a strange world to be a fan of either side, combat sports or pro wrestling. It's just it's never easy whenever there's like you know big embodiment people just like doing the absolute most, but then again, you know, that's just how the game rolls. And the best we could do about that is just, spread awareness of that so that, hopefully this doesn't like get repeated like again and again and again, but again you never can tell. Yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole Vince McMahon selling WWE. Let me know if you guys have any like thoughts on in the comments down below whether or not you agree or disagree with my points here, and let's just try to have like a civil discussion on how things should be running, especially in pro wrestling, even in like such things as like WWE, AEW, NJPW, or Impact Wrestling or any type of like local wrestling company that's out there in the world, from the United States or North America to South America to all over Europe, stuff like that, where we could just have like some discussions on, pro wrestling or even combat sports. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely want to speak on the whole Dana White situation as well. But for now, it's just like I want to talk about this. So again, if you guys have any like thoughts on this whole situation transpiring, especially with WWE, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys have like any ideas, like just drop out like whether or not again you agree or disagree with my points. And yeah, like I said, let's have a civil discussion on this. So, anyways, this is your boy Shaz by Twitter website out. And I'll see you guys. Actually, another video because I'm not going to make another one regarding like jobs and stuff. So stay tuned for that if you guys are interested in that. But otherwise, if you guys just want to watch this video and that's it. All I gotta say is like thank you for watching this video. Make sure you also check out my Weeb Talk episode because I also discuss a lot about anime, video games, and just the intricacies of a lot of things that's going on in the entertainment world, especially when it comes to again stuff like animation and you know some really cool stuff. So, anyways, like I always say in my outros, peace, love, and positivity. All what I'm saying, like all this is really just about like showing love and compassion and dignity and love for everyone. So, anyways, it's your boy Shazman21. Sign out. Stay peaceful, stay amazing, stay awesome, and most importantly, stay being you, stay being weird, and stay up to the topics on a lot of things that you're interested in, because you never know, you might one day make a video about shit like this. But anyways, I'll see you guys another time. Take care of yourselves, and always remember, take care of your mental health as well. Anyways, I'll see you guys another time. Stay peaceful and stay loving. And again, as always, peace out, positive, y'all, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Boom!